Recently, one of Drake's most vocal supporters, 50 Cent, took the beef to the next level by dropping what he calls the Drake Ops List, a collection of over 60 names of people who in one way or another have issues with the rapper.
It's the same thing that you see Drake experience. So how did he just have... Look, this is the op page.
Right.
He was just winning consistently more than everybody else in the culture. And then these people start to turn into people that feel like they're ops all over the page, big. Because they keep watching them win.
While some of the names on the list are unsurprising, some are shocking and have left lots of fans wondering, how come Drake has so many enemies? What exactly are the issues between them? In this video, we'll be going over every name on the list and uncovering the issues between them. Let's get started. Ab-Soul is a talented Californian rapper, popular for his deep and thoughtful lyrics. The reason he's considered one of Drake's ops becomes clearer when you factor in his association with the hip-hop collective Black Hippie, which includes Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, and J-Rock. During the beef, Ab-Soul didn't shy away from supporting his friend Kendrick. He often took to Twitter to voice his thoughts, and at one point he tweeted, "If Drake is the MC I imagine he can be, redemption is not off the table." He quickly followed up with, "But before my rant gets out of context, he can never with the Gangnam on some rap shit. That was never a question." It wasn't just the Twitter exchanges that put Ab-Soul on the list, though. He also performed alongside Kendrick at the pop-up concert that drew thousands of fans and multiple West Coast rappers showing their support for Kendrick, while taking a stand against Drake. In 2013, Drake teamed up with Nike and collaborated on some iconic projects, like the Air Jordan 12 Retro OVO and the Hot Step Air Terra. But by 2018, after 5 years of partnership, rumors started circulating that Drake wasn't happy with his Nike deal and was planning to jump ship to Adidas. He added fuel to these rumors by frequently rocking Adidas track pants and Yeezy shoes for months, making the switch seem all but confirmed. At the time, Drake was locked into a heated feud with Pusha T, exchanging diss tracks. But Pusha took it to another level with this song. In it, he accused Drake of hiding a secret son, Adonis, with a former porn star.
Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real.
The track quickly went viral, sending shockwaves through the music industry. In the aftermath, Adidas distanced itself from the drama. Former VP of Global Entertainment and Influencer Marketing, John Wexler, had this to say. By the time that song came out, it was pretty clear that that was already not going to happen. It appears that this issue caused a strain on the relationship between Drake and Adidas, and that is why they've been included in this list.
I got more stripes than Adidas.
Yeah, I got the stripes with Adidas, nigga.
Not many artists are huge fans of Anthony Fantano, as he's not exactly the most likable guy. Known for his out of 10 album ratings, Fantano has built a reputation as the go-to music critic, whether people love him or hate him. In 2021, he gave Drake's Certified Lover Boy a harsh, light 3 out of 10. Then in 2022, he hit Honestly Nevermind with a blunt, not good rating. Fantano went even further to post a parody video where he claimed that Drake sent him fake DMs with a recipe for vegan cookies. Understandably, Drake was not a big fan of the comments. Drake took to his Instagram story and posted a screenshot of his chat with Fantano. In it, he wrote, "Your existence is a light 1, and the 1 is cause you are alive, and cause you somehow wifed a black girl. I'm feeling a light to decent 1 on your existence." A few hours later, Fantano released a video called The Drake Situation, where he broke down the drama.
I knew that I was being a little playful boy. I thought Drake would see that as well, and potentially do the bigger man thing and just like let things chill, let bygones be bygones, and so on and so forth. But instead, Drake chose to opt for the saltiest of the several directions that he could have gone in, and that is, well, if he's not going to respond or share with the world my angry DMs toward him and insult me back, I'm going to share them with everyone. I don't know.
Apparently, Drake didn't take it lightheartedly. Even though this happened a while ago, it's clear the beef stuck with Drake, and Fantano earned himself a spot on Drake's personal ops list. Back when A$AP Rocky was on the come up, Drake was one of the first big names to back him. He even brought Rocky on tour in the Take Care era, a time when Drake was at the top of his game. But things got messy when Rocky grew closer to Rihanna, someone Drake has been obsessed with for years. Drake's feelings for Rihanna were no secret, as he talked about her in interviews and even confessed his love for her on stage during the 2016 MTV Awards. However, things turned awkward when Rihanna dodged his kiss during the show and later admitted Drake made her uncomfortable. Their friendship never fully recovered. Then in 2020, Rocky and Rihanna started dating. Drake didn't handle it well. He began to throw subtle jabs in his music, including on his 2023 album For All the Dogs, where he called their relationship out.
Okay, I'm auntie like your daddy's sister, auntie like a family picture, and I had way better bitches than your TV.
Rocky fired back with his verse on Kid Cudi's Wow track, threatening violence if Drizzy continued to talk crazy.
Plus my boo got the glizzy, keep the rizzy if it's beat.
The back and forth didn't stop there, though, with both of them still currently sending subtle shots to one another in their songs. It's no surprise, Rocky has earned a spot on Drake's ops list. Bobbi Althoff, a 27-year-old internet personality, shot to fame with her podcast, The Really Good Podcast, where she interviews big names like Mark Cuban, Polo G, Tyga, and Offset. Her breakout moment came in an interview featuring Drake, where their chemistry made the episode go viral.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
I'd do it. There's you
Not an it.
I know. I just felt like
You do it.
Bobbi deleted the Drake episode from all platforms, and she and Drake unfollowed each other. When asked about the fallout on Keke Palmer's podcast, Baby, This Is Keke Palmer, Bobbi refused to talk about it.
Why did he unfollow you?
I guess we'll never know.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Like a couple weeks ago. He's a very nice person, and he's definitely clearly changed the trajectory of, that was a big word.
He did change it.
Rumors of their beef have been fueled even more recently, when Bobbi was reportedly asked to leave a party hosted by Drake's team. Fans have speculated that the two might have had a romantic relationship that went south, but nothing has been confirmed. In September 2022, an old track by Drake and Busta Rhymes, produced by the legendary J Dilla, leaked online. The song was originally made around 2012-2013, but it never saw the light of day. Back in 2013, Busta mentioned the song was halfway done, but blamed delays on Drake, who was busy working on his own album at the time. After that, nothing more was said until the leak. Understandably, Busta wasn't so thrilled about it. While on an IG Live with Swizz Beatz, Busta Rhymes spoke his mind. He explained that while he had no personal issues with Drake, the collab didn't happen the way people thought. According to him, Drake wasn't interested in a collaboration. He mainly wanted access to J Dilla's beats.
Drake wanted to get some production from Dilla, and he knew that I had it, and we was talking about him working with Dilla with some of the stuff that I had in the stash. I ain't gonna front. Drake is definitely one of the prominent MCs that I'm a fan of. And interestingly, when he did the record, it wasn't even something that we planned to do together. It was something that he did, and it didn't happen where it was supposed to happen. And when I saw that it was laying dormant, I thought that it was only right to try to complete the record.
When Swizz asked why the song was never finalized, Busta admitted he didn't know because they never had the chance to talk it out. To which Swizz replied with,
"It's not real. It's not big pussy."
Swizz later apologized, explaining he was drinking during the chat and didn't mean for it to come out that way. Although Busta didn't say anything bad about Drake, the conversation, and especially Swizz's comment, seemed to spark tension between both camps. A little comment likely earned Busta a spot on Drake's ops list. Charlamagne the God, whose real name is Leonard McKelvey, is a well-known radio host and co-host of The Breakfast Club. He's famous for his bold, unfiltered interview style and viral takes on music and culture. But his long-standing beef with Drake? That's a story of its own. It all kicked off in 2013 when Charlamagne, during an interview with Vlad TV, admitted he hated Drake's single "Hold On, We're Going Home." While he praised the production, he said he wasn't a fan of the song itself. In a reply, Drake gifted Charlamagne with 6 bottles of the exotic 2004 Dom Perignon. The gift came with a note reading, "Let's be friends," in an attempt to settle matters. It seemed like that had ended things, but Drake wasn't done just yet. A few years later, Drake took a subtle jab at Charlamagne on Sandra's Rose off his Scorpion album, referencing a rumor about Charlamagne bleaching his skin.
Backstabbed so many times I started walking backwards. Like Charlamagne, I see the light and see the darkest patches.
Fast forward to 2020, Charlamagne fired shots at Drake. On his Brilliant Idiots podcast, he criticized Drake's Tootsie Slide, calling it a desperate attempt to ride the TikTok wave.
Yeah, I think it's whack. I think it's whack, and I think it's beneath Drake. I think that when you're the biggest artist in the world, when you're the biggest rapper in the world, I don't like to see you chasing trends. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why be a surfer when you're a fucking wave? You know what I mean? I just didn't respect it.
Charlamagne criticized Honestly Nevermind, calling it lobby elevator music.
The album to me are the vibes you hear when you're at a Beverly Hills luxury hotel. This is like a lobby elevator music. I'm never gonna revisit the album again, but if it comes on when I'm in the lobby of a luxury hotel, I'm not mad at it.
The two kept throwing jabs, and it got to its peak when Drake took to his Instagram story saying, "Are you okay, Leonard? You kinda weirded me out, G, like you really obsessed with me or something for years, like you look in the mirror and wish you saw my reflection types. Whatever you gotta do to let it out, I'm sure your 435 loyal fans will stand by you, you fucking goof." This back and forth has been going on for years, so it's clear Charlamagne has earned a solid spot on Drake's ops list. Cheesur, whose real name is Nerman K, is a Canadian streamer known for his gaming and high-stakes casino gambling streams on platforms like Kick. For a while, he had a great relationship with Drake, even participating in a boxing match organized by Drake against fellow streamer Aiden Ross. But things took a sharp turn later on. In September 2024, Aiden Ross and Cheesur went live from a club, and Cheesur was caught on camera dancing and singing to Not Like Us, one of Kendrick Lamar's most famous diss tracks, targeting Drake. Unsurprisingly, Drake wasn't pleased. Aiden Ross later revealed that Drake jumped into the Kick broadcast chat, demanding Cheesur come back to Canada to reveal his address. Then came the real nail in the coffin. A month later, Cheesur made some wild comments about Drake's son during a live stream.
Drake just came in my chat and left. Fuck Drake and fuck ugly ass. It's not even your kid. This is your kid, bro. Tell me how the this is your kid.
That was the final straw. Drake unfollowed Cheesur on all platforms, making their beef official. Complex Music, a popular media platform covering hip-hop, pop culture, and entertainment, has become a go-to source for fans seeking the latest news, reviews, and interviews. They've weighed in on everything from album drops to the ongoing Kendrick Lamar and Drake feud. But when it comes to why Complex Music might be on Drake's ops list, the details are vague. There's no clear incident to point to, but as a media platform, they've likely published something that rubbed Drake or his team the wrong way. Whether it was an opinion, a review, or some unfavorable review, it's not hard to imagine why they'd end up on the list. It's no shocker that J3 landed on Drake's ops list. J3 isn't just a talented music producer, he's also a co-founder of PG Lang alongside Kendrick Lamar, and one of Kendrick's closest allies. His creative touch is all over Kendrick's projects, especially his music videos. One of the notable examples being the Not Like Us video. In the video, Day3 ensured to include intense visuals that threw jabs at Drake. From the Toronto Blue Jays cap, which was a nod to Drake's hometown pride, to a caged owl, a clear metaphor for Drake's OVO brand and tarnished image. The visuals were bold and packed with lots of symbols. You gotta admit, that kind of creativity can sting. But here's the shocker. Unlike those we have mentioned earlier, Drake seems to have started the tension first. On the Family Matters track, Drake accused Day3 of being the secret father of one of Kendrick's kids.
I heard that one of them little kids might be Day3.
The insane thing was that all the proof Jake had was a comment Day3 left on one of Whitney Alford's Instagram posts. That's it. Regardless of who started the beef, Day3 is firmly on the list. In July 2015, Drake was deep in a feud with Meek Mill when he dropped Back to Back, the track that flipped the script. The song was sharp, packed with wordplay, and instantly became a hit. But soon after, rumors started swirling that West Coast rapper Daylyt had ghostwritten the track for Drake. Fast forward to February 2020, Daylyt released a diss track called Light Skin, where he called Drake out for not giving him credit.
I set up nights right and don't get the credit I deserve.
The song made it seem like the rumors were true. Daylyt claimed he was the ghostwriter behind some of Drake's popular hits. But he didn't stop there. He even suggested that he was the one who helped Drake rise to fame.
I was the first Adonis. I made you pop, you ain't tell the world who I was.
Drake didn't respond, but things took a weird turn in September 2024. On Hip Hop DX's The Bigger Picture show, Daylyt cleared the air. He denied writing Back to Back, but mentioned he might have inspired it. He claimed he once told Drake to drop some shit back to back, which may have sparked the idea for the track. With all the back and forth and inconsistent claims, it's easy to see why Daylyt has secured his spot on Drake's ops list. DeMar DeRozan, the NBA star who rose to fame with the Toronto Raptors, shared a tight bond with Drake during his time in the city. From 2009 to 2018, DeRozan was a Raptors icon, and when he was traded to the San Antonio Spurs in 2018, Drake posted a heartfelt tribute to him. DeRozan reflected on their friendship during an interview on Club Shay Shay.
When it comes to him, he'll forever have a friend in me and loyalty out of me because, you know, he cared.
Yeah, he was there for you.
He was there for me when everything was just going crazy. Right.
But in 2024, things took a sharp turn. The fallout began when Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us took a jab at Drake and Toronto, implying the city didn't deserve DeRozan. As if the lyrical jab wasn't enough, DeRozan added more fuel to the fire by appearing in the Not Like Us music video, and even joining Kendrick on stage during a live performance of the track at the Pop Out concert. For Drake, that was the last straw. After the concert, he hit the unfollow button on DeRozan's Instagram, signaling the end of their friendship.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you're gonna ask?
No.
Oh.
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down. So tell him good luck.
DJ Head, a well-known radio personality and DJ, has made his mark as a host on Los Angeles' Power 106, where he dives deep into hip-hop and pop culture. With years of experience and collaborations with big names in the West Coast music scene, DJ Head is a well-respected figure. Surprisingly though, his name has found its way onto Drake's ops list. Not because of direct beef, but simply because he backed Kendrick Lamar. During Kendrick's Pop Out concert, DJ Head played a major role, delivering an entire set of his own. While his performance made waves, it also seemed to solidify his alignment with Kendrick, which likely didn't sit well with Drake. However, DJ Head has made it clear he holds no animosity towards Drake. In fact, he publicly acknowledged Drake's contribution to hip-hop. Thank you, Drake, for what you have done to the ecosystem. We appreciate you. No, I'm not even throwing shade. Drake has done more for hip-hop than a lot of people give him credit for. Despite his praise, his association with Kendrick was enough to earn him a spot on the list. DJ Mustard and Drake have worked together once, and that was way back in 2014, when Dreezy featured on a YG album. And of course, their conflict began after the beef between Kendrick and Drake, since he produced the beat for Not Like Us. But the story doesn't end there. In July 2024, DJ Mustard released his fourth album, Faith of a Mustard Seed, but its performance fell short, selling only 18,000 copies in its first week, a sharp drop compared to his previous album, Perfect 10, which sold 36,000. Mustard believed this wasn't just bad luck. He's convinced Drake orchestrated the poor showing. According to Mustard, DJ Academics and Gordo Season sabotaged his album rollout by timing Gordo Season's release featuring Drake collaborations on the same day as his. Mustard didn't hold back, taking to Twitter with this accusation: Drake is the Malcolm X of white people, and Academics, make sure you post Gordo Season first week, since Drake thought he did a thing with making him drop on the same day as me. Also, Mustard was asked by the LA Times for his take on the drama. His response was blunt. He's a strange guy. I wouldn't want to work with that dude. Dr. Dre is a name you'd expect to find on Drake's ops list, and for good reason. He embodies everything Kendrick Lamar stands for. As one of the most influential figures in West Coast music, Dre has left an indelible mark on the industry. He's the mastermind behind record labels like Death Row Records and Aftermath Entertainment, launching icons like Tupac, Eminem, and of course, Kendrick Lamar. His legacy as both a producer and mentor is unparalleled. Naturally, his mentorship of Kendrick would rub Drake the wrong way, but the tension wasn't always there. Once upon a time, Drake and Dr. Dre shared a solid relationship. Drake even wrote a song for Dre in the past. However, when the Kendrick beef escalated, any previous camaraderie went out the window. Dre didn't just sit quietly during the Kendrick-Drake feud. He actively showed his support for Kendrick, most notably at the Pop Out concert. Dre stood side by side with Kendrick to perform Tupac's legendary California Love, and played a key role in introducing Lamar's final performance of Not Like Us. For Drake, watching Dre, someone he once admired, stand so firmly in Kendrick's corner must have stung. As we have been seeing, aligning yourself with Kendrick is enough to get you on Drake's list, no matter how close you once were. Donald Glover, famously known as Childish Gambino, is a multi-talented artist, celebrated for his Grammy-winning anthem This Is America and his groundbreaking work in acting, music, and directing. But beneath the accolades lies an unexpected rivalry with Drake. Surprisingly, This Is America was initially intended as a Drake diss. In a 2023 interview, Glover revealed, "I had that idea 3 years before. The idea for the song started as a joke, to be completely honest. This Is America was all we had, that line, and it started as a Drake diss, to be honest, as like a funny way of doing it. But then I was like, it sounds kind of hard though." In 2024, Gambino turned up the heat with his final album, Bando Stone and the New World. A track called Yoshinoya was widely interpreted as a diss aimed squarely at Drake. Though he never mentioned Drake by name, the lyrics left little doubt in the minds of fans.
I put your boy in the seat, you got your biz in the streets, I found your house on the app.
Fans wasted no time connecting the dots. The mention of boy nods to Drake's iconic nickname, while the line about finding a house on the app mirrors the imagery from Kendrick Lamar's notorious diss, Not Like Us. It's clear that Glover enjoys poking at Drake, and his constant jabs have earned him a well-deserved spot on Drake's ops list. Drake's response to Donald Glover's This Is America being originally a diss was both petty and direct. During his Chicago tour stop, a headline was displayed across the stage. It read, "The overrated and over-awarded hit song This Is America was originally a Drake diss record." The jab didn't sit well with Ebro, the well-known radio personality and hip-hop commentator who wasted no time firing back. Ebro called Drake out on his show, criticizing him for making an issue out of something that never truly materialized. So now you have an issue. I get you have an issue with Childish Gambino, but fam, the song was supposed to be a joke diss. It didn't actually happen. So why you in your feelings? But Ebro didn't stop there. He accused Drake of failing to support any black causes. Fans were quick to back Drake up. They quickly resurfaced in a 2016 Instagram post where Ebro himself praised Drake's statement on the police-involved shooting of Alton Sterling. Things escalated further in May 2024 when Ebro took another swipe, this time targeting Drake's hometown of Toronto. He suggested the city lacks a distinct regional sound, a suggestion that was bound to not sit right with Drake and his loyal supporters. Let's be real, Ebro practically talked his way straight onto Drake's ops list with that one. One of the biggest mysteries in the Kendrick Lamar and Drake feud is the enigmatic figure known as Ebonyface. This self-proclaimed investigative journalist, using the Twitter handle EbonyPrince2K24, made waves throughout the year with videos, tweets, and bold statements in unwavering defense of, as Ebony calls him, King Kendrick. While none of Ebony's claims were ever verified, they stirred up plenty of drama.
I can't wait. When I find out who you are, I'm gonna terrorize you for life.
Ebonyface's biggest moment came when he posted a detailed breakdown of items featured on Kendrick Lamar's Meet the Grams cover art. These included a shirt, prescription drugs dated July 2023, a May 2024 newspaper, a Maybach glove, and receipts for expensive jewelry. After DJ Academics accused him of stealing these items, Ebonyface denied the claims and demanded both Academics and Drake publicly clear his name by May 13th or face legal consequences. He even shared CCTV footage from January 2023, claiming it showed Aubrey Graham, Drake, discarding the very items in question. Adding to the chaos, Ebonyface called out Drake's entourage, labeling them as a goon squad for allegedly mistreating staff, causing job losses, and even assaulting a service provider. These are only a few of the accusations that Ebonyface made, with no verified proof or actual lawsuits. Throughout all this, Ebony claimed he had only informed Kendrick Lamar about the items, fueling fan speculation that Ebonyface might have close ties to Kendrick. Elliott Wilson is a hip-hop media legend, former editor-in-chief at XXL and current host of the Rap Radar podcast. He's known for his deep knowledge of the rap scene. That expertise came into play when he first called Drake out in 2023 for appearing on Bobbi Althoff's podcast. Elliott criticized Drake for doing interviews with people outside the hip-hop world. Drake responded to Elliott's criticism by responding to a clip of Elliott interviewing Trippie Redd on the ground at Rolling Loud. He implied Elliott was out of touch, calling him one of the old heads who couldn't accept that the youth were taking over.
I apologize to Drake because we have a great rapport. He's been respectful of me. He's given me more interviews than anybody. I've had 6 interviews with him.
Wait, before you apologize, we gotta double down a little bit.
Okay. Paint the picture first. Drake and I built something to the point where I should have at least let him know my feelings before I aired it out to the public. I should have owed him that respect.
Drake didn't respond, but that comment seemed to spark tension between them. By June 2024, Drake unfollowed Elliott on all social media, leaving fans wondering why. Elliott later spilled the tea on an appearance on the Joe Budden podcast. It turns out that Drake had accused him of leaking information to Kendrick and his team, even sending a rat emoji during one of their conversations. To top it off, Elliott made it clear he wasn't a fan of Drake's Heart Part 6, calling it the weakest track in an otherwise solid catalog. Future is undeniably one of hip-hop's most influential stars. With 3 Grammys under his belt, countless chart-topping hits, and record-breaking tours, he's secured his spot as one of the greats. Together, they gave us iconic tracks like Life is Good and Jumpman. But now, the duo's friendship is history, and Future has landed a spot on Drake's ops list. So what went wrong? Their tension goes way back to November 2011, when Drake skipped out on the music video for Future's Tony Montana remix. Future wasn't thrilled about it, saying,
different. I really wanted to give Atlanta something different, and when it turned up into being a slap in my face for it not complete the whole thought. So just the thought of him getting on it deserves a salute, but the thought of not being complete, the salute come back.
Despite the rocky start, they patched things up and went on to make hits, but the cracks reappeared over the years. On Drake's joint album with 21 Savage, Her Loss, fans speculated that the track More M's aimed at Future. Drake rapped,
Claiming OVO, we traded him.
This seemed to reference Future, who often repped OVO in his posts and outfits. Drake also rapped,
Might have a rapper girl, but she ain't Drake yet.
The lyrics seemingly show that Drake and Future might have slept with the same woman, leading to issues between them. By 2024, Future fired back with his verse on We Don't Trust You featuring Metro Boomin, where he rapped,
You a #1 fan, dog. Sneak this and I don't understand, dog. Can't be about cause we're sharing, dog. And you feeling while you're paying, dog.
If Drake and Future were really feuding over a woman, then those bars could be directed at Drake, which made those assumptions more valid. Drake later addressed their feud on Family Matters, sounding more hurt than angry. From making hits together to sneaky diss tracks, the Drake and Future drama proves that even the best friendships in hip-hop aren't immune to messy breakups. Hitta J3, a rapper from Compton, California, is known for his raw storytelling and tracks that capture the realities of life in his hometown. He broke onto the scene with his hit song Do Yo Gutta, which got a remix featuring Kendrick Lamar, YG, and Problem. While there's no official beef between him and Drake, it seems Hitta J3 earned a spot on Drake's ops list for backing Kendrick during their feud. During the height of the drama, Hitta J3 didn't shy away from supporting Kendrick on social media, but in a recent interview with Adam22, Hitta tried to downplay the whole situation.
Don't. That was just a rap. That was just a theme between two rappers.
Competitive artists.
Rappers, yes. Two competitive artists. That's all that was.
You're telling me there's no deep-seated animosity there?
No.
Even with his lighthearted response, it looks like Dre wasn't buying it. Despite Hitta J3's attempt to brush it off as a simple competition, his public support for Kendrick seems to have secured his spot on the list anyway. Jack Dorsey, the co-founder and former CEO of Twitter, isn't exactly the kind of name you'd expect to see on Drake's ops list, but it seems Jack managed to land there anyway thanks to his very public support of Kendrick Lamar during their feud. Throughout the beef, Dorsey didn't even try to hide his allegiance. He was all over social media, hyping up Kendrick's moves. First, he retweeted one of Kendrick's old posts, promoting a show in Toronto on June 6/16, a subtle nod that fans definitely noticed. Then, he shared a cheeky post poking fun at rumors of Kendrick having a mole in Drake's camp. But Jack didn't stop there. He retweeted the music video for Count Me Out, a video he actually appears in, and added more fuel to the fire when he supported Kendrick's side of the feud after Meet the Grahams dropped. Less than an hour after Drake responded with Family Matters, Dorsey tweeted, "Truth versus lies," clearly showing whose narrative he believed. To be fair, Jack's admiration for Kendrick isn't new. Back in 2015, he called Kendrick Lamar the greatest after watching a live performance video. Over the years, he's praised Kendrick's work, from the Pulitzer-winning Damn to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He's even described Lamar as a poet and a teacher, crediting his music for inspiring new perspectives. It's not every day you see a billionaire tech mogul on a rapper's ops list, but Jack's fandom of Kendrick has made him an unexpected addition. The story of Drake and Jay-Z is like a classic mentor-turned-rival tale. When Drake was just starting out, Jay-Z was already a towering figure in the rap game. Jay, always one to elevate rising stars, gave Drake a platform. The two collaborated on tracks like Off That and Light Up from Drake's debut album, Thank Me Later. At the time, Drake called Jay an incredible mentor and said their relationship was one of the strongest he'd ever had with another rapper. But then things shifted. Drake threw shade at Jay's frequent art references in an interview, saying, "It's like Hove can't drop bars these days without at least 4 art references," he says. "I would love to collect at some point, but I think the whole rap art world thing is getting kind of corny." Barely a month later, he fired back on Jay Electronica's remix of We Made It, calling Drake Mrs. Drizzy.
Sorry, Mrs. Drizzy, for so much y'all talk. Silly me rapping about shit that I really bought.
The two of them kept on going, dissing each other in various songs until 2018. Fans were shocked to see Jay-Z featured on Drake's 5th album, Scorpion. Seemed like the two had buried the hatchet. So, why is Jay-Z still on Drake's ops list? Rumor has it that Jay played a role in tipping the scales of the beef in Kendrick Lamar's favor. According to DJ Academics, Jay-Z allegedly helped Kendrick secure the coveted Super Bowl halftime show spot. Through his partnership with the NFL as Roc Nation's founder, Jay-Z has had major influence over halftime performances since 2019, serving as the league's live music entertainment strategist. This role lets him recommend artists and steer the creative direction of the shows to align with cultural relevance. Essentially, Jay-Z is on Drake's list because some believe he used his power to boost Kendrick, giving him the halftime gig, and by extension, an upper hand in the ongoing feud. Joe Budden, once known as the rapper behind the hit Pump It Up and a member of the group Slaughterhouse, has reinvented himself as a podcaster with the Joe Budden Podcast. He's made waves discussing hip-hop, pop culture, and social issues. But his rocky relationship with Drake dates back to 2016, when Budden didn't hold back his opinion on Drizzy's album, Views. "I think that kid on that album that I heard sounds real uninspired," Budden said. Drake, never one to ignore criticism, dropped the timestamp track 4 p.m. in Calabasas, sending subliminal shots at Budden, among others. Budden didn't take the diss lightly. The retired rapper jumped back in the booth to drop Making a Murderer Part 1, where he spent 4 verses tearing into Drake's persona, ghostwriting allegations, and authenticity. Drake then took a more playful yet cutting approach to French Montana's No Shopping with,
"I'm not a one-hit wonder, they know all my stuff. You let me turn into the that you almost was."
After years of jabs and diss tracks, the two eventually appeared to bury the hatchet during an Instagram live session. "We have an interview to do when the album's ready," Drake said, referring to Certified Lover Boy. That interview never happened, but the two continued to joke around with each other on live, which solidified the end of their contentious relationship to the public. Or so everyone thought. When Drake released For All the Dogs, Budden had plenty to say. He criticized Drake's performance on First Person Shooter, claiming J. Cole outshined him, and shared other critiques of the album.
"You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You only 37 years old. Get the fuck away from some of these younger niggas and stop fucking 25-year-olds. I'm listening to the album."
You mentioned it.
"Why are you still the 25-year-olds? You're a 37-year-old billionaire."
Drake clapped back with a harsh comment under a DJ Academic's Instagram post of Budden's critique, calling him a failure as a rapper, among other things. It seems like the beef between them is far from being over. JPEGMAFIA, whose real name is Barrington Hendrix, is a rapper and producer known for his wild, experimental sound and unpredictable energy. In August 2024, he dropped an album titled I Lay Down My Life For You, which included not 1, but 2 tracks where he went straight for Drake's jugular. On It's Dark and Hell Is Hot, JPEGMAFIA took aim by referencing the allegations of pedophilia Kendrick Lamar made against Drake earlier that year, rapping, As if one diss wasn't enough, the next track, New Black History, featuring Vince Staples, had JPEGMAFIA doubling down.
Especially when y'all catching out with PDFs and rappers, no drizzy.
But this is not the first time JPEGMAFIA has been randomly dissing Drake. He's been on it for years, dating back to 2018. Why? Apparently, it's his twisted way of showing respect. In his own words, "I guess it's my up, trolly internet way of paying homage to him and just paying homage to how big he actually is. He's so big that, yeah, I've been dissing him for 5 years just because, like, he's big as f. While many people on Drake's op list have a legitimate history with the Six God, JPEGMAFIA seems to have put himself there just because. All in the name of homage. Kanye West being on Drake's op list is actually not surprising, but their journey from collaborators to rivals is one for the books. The two once shared mutual respect and admiration, with Drake even calling Ye a major influence on his sound.
Ye is one of my favorite people, period, like in the world, man. I just like really have I love Ye.
Kanye showed support early on, directing Drake's Best I Ever Had video and collaborating on tracks. But as the saying goes, good things don't last forever. The real fallout began in 2018 when Kanye pushed Pusha T's Infrared, a track where Pusha took shots at Drake's ghostwriting allegations. Drake fired back with Duppy Freestyle, dissing both Pusha and Ye. Things escalated when Pusha dropped the story of Adidon, exposing Drake's son. Convinced Kanye leaked the info, Drake felt betrayed, though Kanye denied it. Kanye tried to smooth things over, apologizing for his role in the Pusha beef, but then came the Kim Kardashian rumors. Whispers about Drake and Kim dating caught fire after In My Feelings dropped, with fans speculating that Kiki was Kim. Kanye wasn't having it.
What I'm looking for my spirit to take accountability is the fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that don't sit well with my spirit. You know, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, her name was Renita, and then you was married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. So when you're like, oh, I don't know where it come from, you too smart for that, bro. You know where that come from. Don't make no record with nothing that could be confused. Now, I told you, I didn't tell Pusha no information about your baby mama, nothing like that. That didn't come from me.
Drake, meanwhile, claimed he felt manipulated by Ye, especially after confiding personal details about his growing family. In an interview, Drake said, "That's where all this stems from," he said, of West and his war with Pusha. "It's all rooted in that situation. Yes, I think that Ye definitely recruited a guy with similar dislike for me, no matter what he says in interviews. I know that there's something out there that bothers him deeply, and yeah, I can't fix it for him. It just is what it is."
All these fools I'm beefing that I barely know. Game changes for me is set in stone.
Kanye responded by tweeting and then deleting Drake's Toronto address, officially entering his Joker area with dramatic threats. "I live for this. I've been fucked with by nerd-ass jock guys like you my whole life. You will never recover. I promise you," he declared. They even made peace for a while. In a private conversation, Drake told Kanye that he had nothing with Kim, but their truce did not last long. In April 2023, Drake turned up the heat with Search and Rescue, sampling a conversation between Kanye's ex-wife Kim Kardashian and her mom Kris Jenner, discussing Kim's divorce.
"I didn't come this far just to come this far and not be happy."
Then, in November 2023, Drake dropped Red Button, accusing Kanye of fake apologies. Kanye fired back on a remix of Metro Boomin and Future's Like That, rapping,
"Y'all so out of sight, out of mind. I can't even think of a Drake line."
With years of back and forth jabs, betrayals, and public drama, it's clear Kanye earned his spot on Drake's op list. Kid Cudi, born Scott Mescudi, is a Cleveland native who shot to fame with his 2008 hit Day and Night. Known for blending hip-hop with rock and electronic music, he's also celebrated for his raw honesty about mental health. But when it comes to Drake, things have been far from smooth. It all kicked off in September 2016, when Cudi went on a Twitter spree, calling out both Kanye and Drake by name. "I need y'all to know I got so many haters within the industry. And these clowns know I'm about to crush their entire existence, he wrote. Everyone thinks they're so great, talking top 5 and having 30 people write songs for them. He added, my tweets apply to who they apply. Ye, Drake, whoever. These people fuck about me, and they ain't me. Drake responded by dropping 2 birds, 1 stone on his 30th birthday, and he didn't hesitate to go really low. Referencing Cudi's 2009 debut album, The Man on the Moon, End of Days. But the harshest blow came when Drake mocked Cudi's mental health struggles.
You stay perked up, so when reality set in, you don't gotta face it.
At the time, Cudi was in rehab for his mental health, and he didn't hold back in his response. Taking to Twitter, he called Drake out directly. Say it to face. You think it's a game? I want to see you say it to my face. I'll be out soon. Promise. Sure, Cudi may have started the drama with his tweets, but Drake's response took it to a whole new level. The beef may have cooled over the years, but the tension from those low blows has cemented Cudi's spot on Drake's ops list. Kurt Alexander, better known as Big Boy, is a renowned radio host and media personality originally from Chicago. He gained fame for hosting Big Boy's Neighborhood, a popular syndicated hip-hop radio show that started in Los Angeles. His show has featured major celebrity guests and continues to influence hip-hop culture across the country. Despite having no direct beef with Drake, Big Boy somehow found himself on Drake's op list. Why? Well, Big Boy himself has a theory, and he's not shy about sharing it. In a lighthearted video, he explained,
why do I end up on the Drake op list? Must be because, could it be? Because I did the pop out. Kendrick Lamar's on stage. By the time, I think he did, Not Like Us probably 8 times. 4th time, I was like, dude, if he do this again, I'm jumping on stage with him. West Coast, I jump on, I have a good time. Now, I'm on the op list.
Apparently, his crime was attending Kendrick's concert and stealing a moment in the spotlight. It might surprise many to see King James, 4-time NBA champion and the league's all-time leading scorer, on Drake's op list. But the reason? It's quite similar to Big Boy's case. Just a little harmless fun. LeBron didn't jump on stage like Big Boy, but he was spotted at the Pop-Out concert enjoying himself. The moment LeBron was filmed at the event, Drake wasted no time unfollowing him on Instagram. Apparently, just being present at the concert was enough for Drake to interpret it as a show of allegiance, and he wasn't too thrilled about it. Lil Yachty, born Miles Parks McCollum, is a rapper and singer best known for his 2016 mixtape Lil Bo and the hit single One Night. With his melodic style, colorful persona, and a reputation for popularizing mumble rap, Yachty has carved out a unique space in modern hip-hop. So, why is he on Drake's op list? That's the real mystery, because their relationship seems solid and there's no visible sign of beef. In fact, Yachty and Drake have collaborated multiple times, including on the hit Oprah's Bank Account with DaBaby. Their friendship appears to be strong, with Yachty often supporting Drake publicly. Even during an interview on Andrew Schultz's Flagrant podcast, Yachty's comments about Drake and the ongoing beef were nothing but neutral.
I think people just hate on Drake because he's the guy.
He even expressed regret about weighing in at all.
That's the only thing that was the only part. I wish I hadn't said anything about it.
Yachty also touched on the incident that fans caught of him liking a post on X about Lamar allegedly cheating on his wife.
Yeah, it was that tweet, and I really did accidentally like it.
Circling back to the beef, Yachty explained,
outside of the people who care about hip-hop, bro,
nobody gives a fuck
at all.
Yachty has essentially acted as Drake's unofficial correspondent, emphasizing how unfazed the Canadian rapper has been throughout.
He didn't give a...
Really?
No, he was genuinely unfazed. When I never saw him down, ever. I never saw him kicking his fucking foot, holding his head down. You know? And then to a point where I just stopped talking to him about it because I felt like I was the one bringing him the negativity.
Even back in May, Yachty doubled down on his support for Drake, during an appearance on the A Safe Place podcast. He admitted that Drake was already deemed a loser in this battle before it started, saying, "Also, let's be fair. Drake was deemed a loser in this battle before it started because people don't like him and haven't, and he's won for a very long time, and he sat at the top of the throne. Honestly and respectfully, I think he still sits at the top of the throne. I think that even if opinionated masses would say that Kendrick won, I don't think that people are going to stop listening to Drake. In short, Lil Yachty has been Drake's ally more than anything, so him being on the op list is a mystery. If you have a reason why he could be on there, let me know in the comments section." Megan Thee Stallion's beef with Drake is one of the most talked about feuds in the music world. Known for her bold personality, razor-sharp lyrics, and chart-topping hits like Savage and WAP, Megan is not someone to stay quiet when she feels wronged. The tension exploded when Drake seemingly dissed Megan on the track Ciro Loco from his joint album with 21 Savage, Her Loss.
This bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling.
The lines appeared to reference Megan's high-profile allegations against Canadian rapper Tory Lanez, who was accused of shooting her in the foot back in 2020. Since Drake is known to be friends with Tory, the jab hit even harder. Megan, never one to back down, fired back on Twitter. "Stop using my shooting for clout. Since when TF is it cool to joke about women getting shot?" she wrote. "You especially rap guys are lame, ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dogpile on a black woman when she say one of y'all homeboys abused her." She continued, "And when the MF facts come out, remember, y'all favorite rappers that stood behind a guy that shot a female. People attack me. Y'all go up for it. I defend myself. Now I'm doing too much. Every time, it never ends, and this did not happen until I came out and said I got shot. Y'all don't me, okay? Cool. Bye." But Megan didn't stop there. She took her revenge to the booth, dropping her diss track, Hiss. In it, she called out Drake for his allegedly fake abs and phony accents.
Hate on BBLs and be walking around with the same scars. Cosplay, gangsters, accents.
Megan's diss went so viral that the whole internet began calling Drake the fake BBL guy. It's no shock to see her on Drake's ops list. This list wouldn't be complete without Metro Boomin, one of the key players who turned up the heat in the Kendrick-Drake beef. As one of the most influential producers in the music industry, responsible for hits like Mask Off and Bad and Bougie, Metro played a huge role in escalating the tension between the two rap giants. It all kicked off in December 2023 when Metro hopped on Twitter to share his thoughts about the reception of his album, Heroes and Villains, compared to Drake and 21 Savage's Her Loss. He tweeted, "Yet Her Loss still keeps winning Rap Album of the Year over HMV. Proof that award shows are just politics and not for me. IDC about awards, honestly. The true award and reward is knowing that the music I spend so much time on brings joy to people's everyday lives." This wasn't the first time Metro and Drake's vibes clashed. Earlier, Metro made the decision to leave Drake's verse off his track Trance.
Just even with like Slime verse and Trav verse and the outro, it was just already like, it just really wasn't no room. It was just wasn't no room. It wasn't nothing personal, it just wasn't no room. So I just ended up using the original, and I guess the other one just leaked or something.
Yeah. Do y'all think there's ever been anyone who's told Drake, I think the song's done?
Not that I know.
In the history of music?
Apparently, Drake wasn't too happy about being cut, and tensions between the two started to rise. Then, a month after Metro's tweet, Drake celebrated 21 Savage's new album on Instagram, but fans noticed something shady. His caption, "Talk to them, brother," was strategically placed to cover up Metro's name in the production credits. People called it petty, and they weren't wrong. Things escalated even further in March 2024 when Kendrick Lamar dropped Like That, a track that featured a verse with direct shots at Drake over a Metro Boomin beat. But Metro didn't stop there. When Drake clapped back on push-ups, telling the producer to shut up and make some drums, Metro turned up the pettiness to the maximum. He dropped an instrumental titled BBL Drizzy, a not-so-subtle jab at Drake. To take it even further, he launched an online giveaway, challenging artists worldwide to rap over the instrumental. In an interview for GQ, Metro Boomin spoke about his beef with Drake. I quote, "Me and Drake had a personal issue, and for the record, not over no girl or nothing silly like that." Metro added, "It was a personal issue that really hurt me and disappointed me." Myron Gaines, whose real name is Amro Footle, is a fitness instructor, real estate investor, and co-host of the Fresh and Fit podcast. Known for his controversial takes on dating, masculinity, and self-improvement, Myron has built a reputation for ruffling feathers. Why is he included on Drake's Ops list? Well, let's just say he made it crystal clear why he ended up there. Shortly after the list was released, Myron tweeted, "It seems I'm on Drake's Op list. This is the tweet that got me on the list." Drake is one of the primary reasons we have a generation of weak men. Drake began to pick up steam around 2007 and has been the dominant force in hip-hop since. What else has happened in that time? We've seen a massive plunge in traditional masculinity, dating, relationships, marriage, and female satisfaction with men. Why? Because we popularized men behaving like women and getting in their feelings, thanks to enormous artists like Drake. The feminization of men has been going on since the 1990s, but Drake is a silent partner in the death of masculinity in the West. Kicker? You'll never guess what his mom is. It's no secret that Myron isn't a fan of Drake. He's openly criticized him, calling him a weak man whose music, in Myron's eyes, promotes bad habits and erodes traditional masculinity. Myron also had harsh words for the entire feud. In May 2024, while the Drake-Kendrick beef was at its peak, Myron tweeted, "Most people that care about this Drake beef are idiots. Here's why. This beef, which is fake by the way, to revive a dying genre, distracts you from your sad reality. You are fat, poor, vaccinated, working a job you hate to go back to a woman that doesn't respect you. No one should care about this beef unless they got $1 million net worth. You have not earned the privilege to be entertained. Music is a waste of time and should only be listened to while in the gym or doing something productive. Now get out there and be productive." Myron's blunt commentary and lack of admiration of Drake's influence make it no surprise why he's on the list. Omarion, the multi-talented singer, songwriter, and dancer, is best known as the lead vocalist of the iconic early 2000s R&B group B2K, with hits like Bump 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 during his boy band days, and solo smashes like Icebox and Post to Be. Omarion cemented his status as an R&B legend. But how does someone so close to Drake end up on the infamous Ops list? Omarion and Drake's friendship dates back to 2009 when they collaborated on Bria's Interlude from Drake's breakout mixtape So Far Gone. Both were briefly signed to Young Money, though their paths diverged as Omarion left the label while Drake rose to global superstardom. Despite this, the two have remained close over the years, sharing plenty of lighthearted moments. One such moment happened at Drake's birthday party in October 2024, where they engaged in a dance battle. Omarion broke out his signature moves, while Drake joined in with his usual playful flair before hugging Omarion, declaring it all in good fun. At the event, Drake even gave Omarion a heartfelt tribute, saying,
"This is one of the first people that ever support me in my career, like So Far Gone time. Shout out to O, humble beginnings. Thank you for trusting in us, believing in us, and being here."
Given their history and the way they both respect each other, Omarion's spot on the list is shocking. So why would he end up on the list? Well, only 50 Cent can answer that. O'Shea Jackson Jr., the actor and rapper best known for playing his legendary father Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton, has made a name for himself with roles in movies like Den of Thieves and Godzilla King of the Monsters. But somehow, a single joke landed him on Drake's infamous Ops list. During the heated Kendrick and Drake feud, old photos of the two rappers started making the rounds online. One in particular caught everyone's attention. A young Drake in an awkward photo shoot, pointing a finger gun directly at the lens with one eye shut, trying so hard to look like he was focused. While many found the photo corny, O'Shea noticed something that others missed. "Is he using the wrong eye to aim, or am I tripping?" he asked in a retweet. It turns out that O'Shea was not tripping. The picture, taken by Paola Kudaki, showed Drake with his left eye open and his right eye shut. Nothing unusual at first glance, but if you look closer, Drake was closing the eye he actually needed to aim through the scope. O'Shea's sharp and hilarious observation went viral, racking up tens of thousands of likes, nearly 3,000 retweets, and over 800 comments. Among them was a shout out from Anthony Top Dog Tiffith, the head of Kendrick Lamar's TDE label, who commented, "Man, I didn't know you were this funny on here." To make matters worse, O'Shea, through chats, has shown his allegiance with Kendrick throughout the feud in various chats and posts. Peter Rosenberg, the outspoken radio host and DJ from Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning, is no stranger to controversy in hip-hop culture. Known for his strong opinions and no-filter commentary, Rosenberg found himself at odds with Drake, earning a spot on the infamous Ops list. The friction started back in 2016, when Drake reignited his beef with Meek Mill by taking shots at the Philly rapper during a performance in Meek's hometown. This bold move upset a lot of people, including Rosenberg, who didn't hold back on Twitter. Rosenberg tweeted, "I don't hate Drake at all. He's super talented and has taken hip-hop to a great place. But trying to be hard and stir things up is lame." He wasn't done there. Rosenberg went on to call out Drake's behavior, saying, "There was no need for Drake to reignite things with Meek." He continued, "He's always been realer than you. Your content is meaningless." Fast forward to 2024, and Rosenberg was still taking shots at Drake. This time, he accused the Canadian rapper of riding a wave of popular media personalities like Aiden Ross, Bobbi Althoff, and DJ Academics for clout.
What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick? Because my top 5 is Drake, Drake, Drake.
According to Rosenberg, Drake loves the spotlight they bring, but doesn't reciprocate by being a genuine homie in return. These are just a couple of the many jabs Rosenberg has thrown at Drake over the years. Whether it's calling him soft or questioning his loyalty, it's no surprise why Peter Rosenberg has found himself firmly planted on Drake's Ops list. Pharrell Williams, the legendary producer, singer, and fashion designer, is known for his easygoing personality and game-changing contributions to music and fashion. With hits like Happy and collaborations with stars like Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake, it's surprising to find him on Drake's Ops list. But to understand why, we need to rewind to 2002. Back then, Pharrell and Chad Hugo, the Neptunes, were working closely with Pusha T and his brother No Malice as they rose to fame as Clips. Trouble started when financial disputes between the Neptunes and Cash Money Records, led by Birdman, caused Pharrell to cut ties with the label. Things got messier in 2006 when Lil Wayne allegedly requested Pharrell's Billionaire Boys Club clothing, but was denied, adding more fuel to the fire. Fast forward to 2011, and the tension resurfaced. Drake's Dreams Money Can Buy took shots at Pusha T, who clapped back with Don't F With Me. The beef escalated over the years with tracks like Pusha's Exodus 23:1 and accusations of Drake using ghostwriters. While Pharrell stayed quiet publicly, his association with Pusha kept him in the mix. The drama turned personal in 2023 when Drake directly dissed Pharrell in Travis Scott's Meltdown. Drake mocked Pharrell's new role as Louis Vuitton's creative director, a position once held by Drake's late friend Virgil Abloh.
I spin in the narrative. I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
Now, fast forward to early this year in the Euphoria track. Kendrick shows support to Pharrell and Pusha T while advising Drake to exclude Pharrell from their conflict.
I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef.
Drake fired back on Family Matters, claiming Pharrell owed his legacy to him, which we can all agree is quite an absurd thing to say, considering Pharrell was dominating the industry long before Drake. Pharrell, known for not backing down, responded subtly but effectively. On his track, Double Life, Pharrell appeared to aim at Drake, rapping,
Nothing wrong being private. Make sure it ain't wrong. Your life double-sided. Watch your face like coins.
This war of words that has been going on since 2002 has earned Pharrell a well-deserved spot in Drake's op list. Playboi Carti, known for hits like Magnolia and Kid Cudi, has become a standout figure in modern hip-hop. His relationship with Drake started on a high note, with Carti featured on Pain 1993 from Drake's Dark Lane demo tapes in 2020. Fans hoped for more collaborations, but before that could happen, things took a turn during the Kendrick-Drake feud. The tension between Carti and Drake began with a small but telling move. In August 2024, Drake teased a track called No Face, featuring Playboi Carti. Fans eagerly awaited its release, expecting it to include shots at Kendrick. But when the song dropped, Carti's verse was missing. The decision not to clear his feature immediately raised eyebrows, with many suspecting Carti was quietly siding with Kendrick. The situation went even further when Carti unexpectedly collaborated with The Weeknd, another artist widely seen as a rival to Drake. This move fueled speculation that Carti was distancing himself from Drake entirely. The final nail in the coffin came when Drake unfollowed Carti on social media. For fans, this solidified the idea that Carti's choices weren't just coincidence. John Diddy Combs is a hip-hop icon, a legendary producer, rapper, and businessman who helped shape the genre with his Bad Boy Records label. He is the mastermind behind stars like the Notorious B.I.G. and a pioneer in music, fashion, and entertainment. But his rocky history with Drake dates back to 2014 and involves a nightclub brawl, a hit song, and some serious tension. It all went down at DJ Khaled's birthday party at LIV nightclub in Miami. Reports say things escalated quickly, with Diddy allegedly punching Drake after declaring, "You will not disrespect me." Witnesses claim Drake left the venue to get his shoulder checked at the hospital, supposedly dislocated by Diddy.
So I go to look at my phone, and it's my dude. Like, he's like, "Boy, you wouldn't just believe what happened." I'm like, "What? Diddy just slapped Drake?"
When the story hit the internet, rumors flew. Some said the fight was about Drake flirting with Diddy's then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, but Maybach Music's Sam Sneak shut that down with a tweet. It definitely wasn't about Cassie. The real reason? A beat. The drama centered on Drake's hit 0 to 100, produced by Frank Dukes and Boy Wonder. The track was originally given to Diddy, who reportedly asked Drake to ghostwrite a reference for him. But Diddy sat on it for too long. Frustrated, Drake recorded his version and dropped it, turning it into a double platinum hit with millions of streams. Diddy was furious, feeling the song had been stolen from under him.
Like, what made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake. Drake is, right now, that's all I got. That's all I have to say. He's putting in his work. I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend.
Recently, Drake published screenshots of the 2015 film The Big Short, particularly a scene where Ryan Gosling's character said, "I never hung out with these idiots after work, ever. I have fashion friends." Fans think this is Drizzy's way of saying he didn't stick around for Diddy's infamous parties in the 2000s, where he allegedly had his events turn into environments for intense and often violent sexual activities after a certain time. Pusha T, known for his razor-sharp lyrics and role as one half of Clips, has carved out a legacy as a solo artist and president of Kanye West's Good music label. His long-standing feud with Drake is one of hip-hop's most infamous rivalries. The roots of this feud trace back to 2006, when Clips, Pusha's duo with his brother No Malice, released Mr. Me Too, a subtle jab at Lil Wayne for adopting their signature Bape hoodie style. Wayne fired back in an interview, dismissing Clips, saying, I don't see no effing clips. Come on, man. Wheezy, man. They had to do a song with us to get hot, B. What happened to that boy? Come on, B. Drake, a longtime Clips fan and a mentee to Lil Wayne, initially stayed out of the conflict. However, in 2011, things heated up when Drake threw shade on dreams money can buy, calling out rappers who no longer inspired it, though he avoided naming names. He later clarified in an interview, "At that time, my favorite rappers weren't moving me. I was like, do I really rap better than this guy that I look up to?" He did not drop names, but it was obvious who he was referring to. Pusha responded with "Don't fuck with me," rapping over the same beat Drake used. Tension escalated further with Exodus 23:1, where Pusha mocked the tangled label deals of Cash Money, Young Money, rapping,
"You sign to one nigga, then sign to another nigga, then sign to three niggas. Now that's bad luck."
This reignited the feud, shifting focus entirely to Pusha and Drake. Drake clapped back on Tuscan Leather, defending Lil Wayne and mocking Pusha with the line,
"Bench players talking like starters, I hate it."
Pusha, however, wasn't done. In 2016, he dropped HGTV Freestyle, revisiting the ghostwriting rumors that had haunted Drake during his feud with Meek Mill. Drake fired back on Two Birds, One Stone, accusing Pusha of exaggerating his drug-dealing past. Pusha retaliated in 2018 with Infrared. Drake quickly responded with Duppy Freestyle, targeting both Pusha and Kanye West. But Pusha's next move, the story of Adidon, changed everything.
Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real.
On the track, Pusha T revealed Drake's alleged secret child Adonis with Sophie Brousseau. The song's cover art, showing Drake in blackface, shocked the world. The lyrics spilled personal details and disrupted Drake's rumored Adidas deal. The fallout was massive, possibly costing Drake millions. It cemented Pusha T as one of Drake's most formidable rivals. Rihanna is a global superstar, known for her hits like Umbrella and her game-changing Fenty beauty brand. She's one of the best-selling artists in history, blending undeniable talent, bold style, and sharp business instincts. But if there's one word to sum up her relationship with Drake, it's complicated. They went from close friends to romance rumors, and Rihanna declared in 2018 that they were not friends. You see, Drake and Rihanna first crossed paths in 2005 while she was shooting a music video in Toronto. But things didn't really heat up until 2009, after Rihanna's very public split with Chris Brown. The two were spotted together at restaurants, sparking speculation, though Rihanna insisted they were just friends. Drake, however, clearly had other hopes. In his song Fireworks, Drake opened up about his unreturned feelings for Rihanna, singing,
"I could tell it wasn't love, I just thought you with me. Who could have predicted Lucky Strike with how you stuck with me?"
Despite the emotional lyrics, Drake and Rihanna kept fans guessing. They were seen holding hands, going on dates, and teaming up for huge hits like What's My Name, Work, and Take Care. Their chemistry was undeniable, but the relationship remained a mystery. Fans were especially confused when Rihanna dodged Drake's attempt to kiss her at the MTV Video Music Awards, even though they seemed close in public. The tension became clearer in 2018 when Rihanna, in an interview, clarified that they weren't friends anymore, but also weren't enemies. It was a subtle yet sharp way of letting the world know things weren't rosy between them.
I don't sing this song anymore. You can sing it for me.
In the end, it seemed unreturned love and lingering feelings are what landed Rihanna on Drake's ops list. Rick Ross, the deep-voiced rapper and entrepreneur, is known for hits like Hustlin' and BMF. For years, his relationship with Drake seemed solid, built on mutual respect and collaborations that gave us classics like Lord Knows, Stay Schemin', and Lemon Pepper Freestyle. Their chemistry in the studio was undeniable. But things took a turn in 2015. That year, Drake was in a feud with Meek Mill. At first, Ross stayed out of it, but as Meek was one of his MMG signees, he eventually had to pick a side, and he chose Meek. Rick Ross dropped Color Money, where he threw shade at Drake.
Color Money got your Out on the world tour. My little homie made $1 million on his girl tour.
Drake didn't clap back immediately, but eventually responded in Western Road Flows, where he flexed about flying Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend to St. Martin. The beef could have spiraled, but thanks to Rap-A-Lot CEO JPEGMAFIA, the two met and squashed their differences. By 2023, Ross was openly praising Drake in interviews, calling their bond strong and hyping their creative genius.
Me and Drizzy, our relationship most definitely is real close, you know what I mean? I don't know how much music we got, because it's so easy working with the homie. I'm gonna be honest, we in the 2 percentile when it come to writers and creators. It's called a 2 percentile.
Fans thought it was all love until a few months later. Rick Ross appeared on Metro Boomin and Future's We Don't Trust You album, a clear signal of where his loyalty stood. Future and Metro were already at odds with Drake, so seeing Ross align with them raised eyebrows. So when Drake was taking on Future and Metro Boomin on push-ups, he ensured not to let Rick Ross out of it.
Take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in and turning 50.
Here, Drake talks about giving Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend Christina Mackey VIP tickets to his concert, which she actually attended. Ross fired back on Champagne Moments, accusing Drake of stealing Lil Wayne's flow and even mocking him for allegedly having cosmetic surgery.
That's why you had operation to make your nose smaller than your father nose.
But he didn't stop there. On social media, Ross trolled Drake relentlessly, even calling him Drizzy BBL.
I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me.
With betrayal and mockery at the center of their fallout, it's no surprise Rick Ross earned a spot on Drake's infamous ops list. Roc-A-Fella Records, founded in 1995 by Jay-Z, Damon Dash, and Kareem Biggs Burke, is one of hip-hop's most iconic labels. It launched Jay-Z's career and shaped early 2000s rap with hits from artists like Kanye West and others. However, the label's glory days didn't last forever. By the early 2000s, tensions between the co-founders Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Biggs Burke led to its decline. So why might Roc-A-Fella be on Drake's ops list? It likely has to do with his complicated relationship with Jay-Z. While they've collaborated on tracks, there's always been an undercurrent of tension between the two. But there's also a more recent incident that shows Drake's lack of alignment with the Roc-A-Fella legacy. In 2023, Dame Dash tried to sell his stake in Roc-A-Fella Records, partly to settle financial disputes and legal judgments against him. According to Dame, Drake put in a bid of $6 million for the stake, but on the day of the sale, Drake ghosted. No one showed up to finalize the deal. Drake did put in a bid for $6 million, but then he disappeared. I don't know what happened, Dame said. Drake not showing up for the sale could be a subtle signal of his discontent with Roc-A-Fella's legacy and the people behind it. Roddy Ricch, a rapper and singer from Compton, California, is best known for chart toppers like The Box and Ballin'. Early in his career, Roddy and Drake shared a great relationship, and Drake helped Roddy out when he faced issues entering Canada that same year. Fast forward to 2024, and the vibe has changed. Roddy Ricch, who shares a hometown with Kendrick Lamar, performed at Kendrick's Pop-Out concert in June 2024. He lit up the stage with tracks like Die Young, The Box, and Ballin' under DJ Mustard's set. The crowd went wild, and Roddy's performance was one of the night's highlights. But not everyone was cheering. Fans speculated that this might have rubbed Drake the wrong way. A month later, tensions seemed to surface when Roddy had trouble getting into Vancouver, British Columbia. Frustrated, he shared an Instagram story revealing that Canadian Border Patrol wouldn't let him in. He called out the constant harassment he faces whenever entering Canada and announced he's done trying to visit the country, at least for now. Fans couldn't help but connect the dots. Back when Roddy and Drake were close, Roddy had no issues getting into Canada, all thanks to Drake's influence. But now, after performing at Kendrick's concert, things seem different. Whether coincidence or a subtle power play, it's clear the once solid bond between Roddy and Drake has cracked. Rory Farrell, a podcast host and media personality, first rose to fame as co-host of the Joe Budden podcast alongside Joe Budden and Mal. Known for his laid-back humor and sharp takes on hip-hop and culture, Rory helped make the show a favorite among fans. After leaving the podcast in 2021, Rory and Mal launched their own show, New Rory and Mal, where they kept the same energy, diving into music, culture, and personal stories with a fresh perspective. Rory's connection to Drake started strong, confidently arguing that he would outshine Kendrick in any lyrical battle. But things shifted when Drake's responses didn't hit as hard as expected, and Kendrick started gaining public support. Sensing the tide turning, Rory and Mal appeared to lean into the Kendrick wave, which didn't sit well with Drake's loyal fanbase. This perceived side-changing upset fans, who accused the podcast duo of bias and losing their objectivity. While the drama might have hurt their credibility with some listeners, it also boosted their podcast's visibility. The battle fallout became a hot topic, drawing in more listeners, but also sparking tension in Drake's camp. Russell Westbrook, a California-born basketball star, is celebrated for his athleticism and record-breaking triple-doubles. Known for his fierce energy on the court, he spent most of his career with the Oklahoma City Thunder, earning the NBA MVP award in 2017. Westbrook has since played for the Houston Rockets, Washington Wizards, and Los Angeles Lakers, continuing to dominate with his signature style. So, how did Westbrook land on Drake's ops list? The answer is surprisingly similar to DeMar DeRozan. Westbrook didn't just attend Kendrick Lamar's pop-out concert at the Kia Forum, he took it a step further by joining DeRozan on stage during Kendrick's finale. As we've learned, Drake doesn't take kindly to anyone aligning with his rivals, and that night was no exception. Things escalated further when Drake's rumored ally, Top 5, a Toronto rapper recently acquitted of murder charges, took the feud courtside. During an NBA game between the Toronto Raptors and Denver Nuggets, Top 5, a diehard Drake fan, decided to get inside Westbrook's head.
Suck, Westbrook, man. So Marlon sucks. Marlon's going to he sucks.
Despite the drama, it was Westbrook who got the last laugh. The Denver Nuggets narrowly beat the Raptors with a final score of 127 to 125. Ryan Nice is just a regular Twitter user with a passion for music. His timeline is filled with posts diving into tracks, artists, and everything in between. Judging by his recent tweets, this one, and this one, he clearly leans towards supporting Kendrick Lamar's music. But how did a casual music enthusiast end up on Drake's ops list? Well, it seems that Ryan's sizable Twitter following, boasting thousands of engaged fans, has made him more than just another voice online. His takes on Kendrick's work, while harmless to most, apparently struck a nerve with Drake. It's almost as if his influence, no matter how niche, was deemed a potential threat. Schoolboy Q, the South Los Angeles rapper with a gritty style and hard-hitting lyrics, made his mark with albums like Oxymoron and Blank Face LP. He's a longtime member of Black Hippie and a close ally of Kendrick Lamar with their hit collab Collard Greens, proving their strong musical connection. As a loyal part of Top Dawg Entertainment, Schoolboy has always been in Kendrick's corner, backing him on social media throughout the beef, and even featuring in the Not Like Us video. Oh, not only that, he also appeared as a special guest at Kendrick's pop-out concert too. If you're wondering why Schoolboy Q made it onto Drake's ops list, well, that's reason enough. But things didn't stop there. The tension between him and Drake boiled over when Schoolboy's concert in Toronto, the opening night of his Blue Lips weekend tour, was mysteriously canceled. The official reason? Unclear, but Schoolboy hinted it was more than a coincidence, suggesting Canadian police didn't want anyone from TDE performing in the city. Still, Schoolboy Q kept it playful despite the setback. He took to Twitter joking, "Actually, I get it. MVM, this low-key hilarious. I don't know why Doc put me in that video." Screwface Jean, a rapper, YouTuber, and content creator from Nebraska, has built a strong fan base with his sharp music reviews and engaging commentary. With over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, he's become a trusted voice in the music scene, connecting deeply with his audience through his reactions and insights. During Drake's recent controversies and lawsuits, Screw was highly active.
I'm beyond disappointed in you, Drake. I'm mad. I'm disgusted. I almost could find myself in a world forgiving the first one. You just would never, ever, I would never speak of you in the same breath as that. But like now it's like, yeah, nigga, the big three is just Kendrick Lamar 3 times. The big three is Kung Fu Kenny, K. Dot, and Kendrick Lamar. That's the big.
Dropping reaction videos and offering his take on the drama. Some of his critiques don't hold back, and that might explain why he believes he landed on Drake's ops list. As we've seen, anyone with a big platform who dares to criticize Drake seems to find themselves on that list eventually. It seems even honest commentary can have its consequences when it comes to Drake, or let's say 50 Cent. For years, Serena Williams has been a target of subtle disses from Drake, and fans are left wondering why the tennis legend, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest athletes of all time with 23 Grand Slam singles titles, has found herself on Drake's bad side. The root of their feud seems to stem from a rumored relationship between the two that dates back to 2010 through 2015. Although both denied the romance, Drake was often spotted at Serena's tennis matches, and even footage of the two kissing at a restaurant fueled the speculation. Drake later admitted that his 2016 track Too Good was inspired by Serena, adding more mystery to the nature of their relationship.
I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it.
The relationship reportedly didn't end well. Around 2016, Serena got engaged to Reddit founder Alexis Ohanian, while Drake was rumored to be dating Rihanna. Despite moving on, Drake seems still bitter about the whole ordeal, because since 2022, he's been taking jabs at Serena and her husband. In his song Middle of the Ocean, Drake rapped,
Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie.
But why exactly did Serena land on Drake's ops list? In 2024, Serena publicly showed support for her fellow Compton native Kendrick Lamar during her opening speech at the ESPY Awards.
I've learned anything this year is that none of us, not a single one of us, not even me, should ever pick a fight with Kendrick Lamar. He will make your hometown not like you. The next time Drake sits courtside at a Raptors game, they're gonna Forrest Gump him. Sight's taken.
She also praised Kendrick's diss track Not Like Us and revealed how much she enjoyed his pop-out concert.
Oh, I love that song. That's
It's
like the hit of the summer. Woo. When they play that jam, I'm jamming.
Does that song get a crip walk or two?
Oh,
from
absolutely, yeah. No, it is definitely, you're definitely crip walking to that song.
For Drake, seeing his ex cheer on his rival while vibing to a diss track must have been a tough pill to swallow. Shawn Cee is yet another YouTuber who has found himself on Drake's ops list for his music reviews and commentary. Apparently, some of Shawn's takes on Drake's music didn't sit well with the rapper. When Shawn spotted his name on the ops list, he didn't hold back.
That Drake fans have made in their mind to justify people having this disdain for his music outside of accepting the fact that people have grown up but Drake hasn't is weird. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here like a 16-year-old high school girl writing names in your diary, or even younger than that, about like girls and boys that you don't like, and they're just content creators. Like, what are we talking about, dude?
I remember on
It's Jason! On God, though. On God. That didn't even put me on the list. I'm being dead serious. That put me on the list.
Just got off work, love you.
SZA is an American singer and songwriter celebrated for her unique mix of R&B, neo-soul, and hip-hop influences. Since her breakout with the critically acclaimed album Control, she has become one of modern music's most influential voices, delivering hits like Good Days and Kill Bill. Her being on Drake's ops list feels puzzling. If anything, it seems more likely that Drake would land on her list. Drake has a habit of name-dropping SZA, stirring unnecessary drama. In October 2020, fans were shocked when Drake mentioned her on Mr. Right Now, his collaboration with 21 Savage and Metro Boomin on their album Savage Mode 2.
Cause I used to date SZA back in 08. If you cool with it, baby, she could still play.
The internet went wild, as most fans had no idea about their past. Left with no choice, SZA addressed the claim in a series of tweets, clarifying that they actually dated in 2009, not 2008, adding that Drake probably only said 08 to rhyme with Wade. She also reassured everyone that it was completely innocent and there was nothing underage or creepy going on, as she was around 18 at the time and Drake was in his early 20s. Fast forward to 2024, and Drake dragged SZA into his beef with Kendrick Lamar on the diss track Push-Ups. Once again, SZA was forced to react. She handled it with humor, posting a clip of Nene Leakes from Real Housewives of Atlanta where she famously says, "Now why am I in this? You see how I get thrown into it? I ain't even did nothing." So why is SZA on the ops list? Apparently it's because she's in close collaboration with Kendrick, with whom she'll be touring this year. Top Dawg Entertainment, TDE, is an independent record label that has left a huge mark on modern hip-hop and R&B. Home to stars like Kendrick Lamar, SZA, and Schoolboy Q, TDE has become a powerhouse in the music world. It's no surprise they've earned a spot on Drake's ops list. They're practically Kendrick's ride-or-die crew. TDE played a major role in Kendrick Lamar's The Pop Out concert for Juneteenth. While the event was primarily organized by Kendrick Lamar and his creative company PG Lang, TDE, his former label, had a significant connection to the show. The concert wasn't just about Kendrick's music, it also celebrated the spirit of Los Angeles. TDE heavyweights like Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, and Ab Soul hit the stage, proving the bond between Kendrick and the label is as strong as ever, even after his departure. Terrence "Punch" Henderson is the president of Top Dawg Entertainment, TDE, and a key figure behind its success. Judging from the havoc that TDE has wreaked on the reputation of Drake and his team this year specifically, it's no shocker that Punch made it onto Drake's ops list. Lately, Punch hasn't been shy about sharing his thoughts on Drake's defamation lawsuit against UMG, adding even more fuel to the fire. The Company Man is yet another YouTube channel that has landed on Drake's ops list thanks to its content. Run by Justin Hunt, the former director of content at Empire record label, the channel is known for its sharp commentary and music reviews. Lately, though, it's been all about dissecting the Kendrick and Drake beef. When Justin learned he made the list, he wasn't exactly shocked. While he doesn't see himself as an enemy of Drake, he gets why it might look that way. His coverage often highlights the less flattering sides of Drake's career, which isn't exactly winning him points with Drake's fans. The Alchemist is a legendary music producer celebrated for his signature blend of hip-hop and soulful beats. He's collaborated with heavyweights like Eminem, Action Bronson, and Freddie Gibbs, but recently made waves by teaming up with Kendrick Lamar. Most notably, he produced the beat for Kendrick's explosive Drake diss track, Meet the Grams. In this song, Kendrick pulled no punches, taking aim at Drake with scary allegations. He sends a chilling message to Drake's son, Adonis, accuses Drake of being an absent father, and even claims Drake signed sex offenders to OVO Sound. The track doesn't stop there, as it goes on to suggest Drake is involved in far more sinister activities, including running a trafficking operation out of his Toronto mansion. Needless to say, the track delivered a brutal blow to Drake's reputation and tilted the beef heavily in Kendrick's favor. Given the song's impact, it's no surprise Drake isn't too fond of anyone involved in its creation. The Alchemist initially kept quiet about producing the track, but recently he's been sharing behind-the-scenes stories, and seems to feel quite proud of his work. Months ago, he even played the track in an LA club, making waves once again. In an interview, The Alchemist shared how surreal it felt to hear the song for the first time.
I sent it to him beforehand. He had it for a minute. I heard it when everybody else heard it.
That's insane, dude. Well, how'd you feel?
Yeah, I was getting a haircut at the studio, and then it came on the phone because we were like listening to it online. I forget somebody's stream, and then I thought like my phone was bugging.
Oh my God.
I didn't know.
For Drake and his camp, The Alchemist's media tour and apparent pride in the track must feel like salt in the wound. It's not hard to see why his name ended up on Drake's ops list. The BET Awards landing on Drake's ops list feels a lot like the drama between artists who don't win any awards. For the 2024 BET Awards, Drake was nominated in 7 major categories, including Best Album, Best Male R&B Pop Artist, Best Male Hip Hop Artist, and Best Collaboration. Even his hits Rich Baby Daddy and First Person Shooter were up for Video of the Year. But Drake walked away with 0 wins. To add insult to injury, Kendrick Lamar took home the award for Best Male Hip Hop Artist, beating Drake in one of the night's biggest categories. That one probably stung a bit. Drake didn't even bother showing up for the event, which isn't exactly a new move for him. Despite being one of the most nominated artists in BET history, ranking 3rd overall since the awards began in 2001, he's skipped several ceremonies, including in 2014, 2016, 2017, 2021, and 2023. It's clear Drake has some unresolved issues with the BET Awards, but the reasons? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe it's the competition or something behind the scenes. Whatever it is, it's enough to keep BET firmly on his ops list. For years now, Drake has not been exactly what you would call a fan of the Grammys. After winning Best Rap Song for his smash hit God's Plan, Drake famously used his acceptance speech to call out the music industry. On stage, he took a swipe at the establishment while encouraging artists who might feel overlooked by institutions like the Recording Academy. He said, "If there's people who have regular jobs, who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you that. You already won." But before he could finish, his mic was cut off, both on TV and live in the theater. That was the last time Drake showed up at the Grammys. Despite being nominated dozens of times throughout his career, Drake has only taken home 5 Grammy Awards. This year, he didn't hold back his criticism, slamming the Grammys for their treatment of hip-hop. Ahead of the 2024 ceremony, Drake took to Instagram stories to share a clip from his 2019 speech, adding, "All you incredible artists, remember, this show isn't the facts. It's just the opinion of a group of people whose names are kept a secret. Literally, you can Google it. Congrats to anybody winning anything for hip-hop, but this show doesn't dictate it in our world." With that kind of energy, it's no surprise the Grammys are sitting pretty on Drake's ops list. Drake's experiences at the MTV VMAs haven't always been the best. Back in 2012, when Drake won Best Hip Hop Video, the crowd, except Rihanna, cheered. She remained seated, unbothered, whispering something to her friend that fans speculated was an insult towards Drake. Drake's experience at the 2018 VMAs was not the best either. Drake was up for 7 awards, including Video of the Year. Despite the heavy nominations, he walked away empty-handed, losing the big prize to Camila Cabello's Havana. And in 2024, Drake skipped the VMAs once again. Was it because of his rocky history with the show, his ongoing beef with Kendrick Lamar, or the fact that Megan Thee Stallion was hosting? Drake doesn't have beef with the NBA itself, but it's a different story when it comes to some of the league's top players. A lineup of NBA stars, including LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kobe White, were all spotted at Kendrick Lamar's pop-out concert, vibing to his hit diss track Not Like Us. Even Sacramento Kings owner Vivek Ranadivé got in on the action. He showed up to a Kings vs. Raptors game rocking a black t-shirt with "They Not Like Us" boldly written on them. And it didn't stop there. During the Olympics, the U.S. basketball team celebrated their July 10 win over Canada by blasting "Not Like Us" through the T-Mobile Arena speakers. It might have been a minor exhibition win, but Team USA made it feel like a championship moment, with Kendrick's diss track providing the perfect soundtrack. Drake and the NFL have enjoyed a solid relationship for years. While he's never performed at a major event like the Super Bowl halftime show, his music has been a staple in stadiums and NFL broadcasts. He's also been a regular, much celebrated face at Super Bowl events. So what changed this year? Why is the NFL suddenly on Drake's ops list? 2 words: Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick was chosen to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, a decision that shocked some in the industry. Even Lil Wayne voiced his disappointment, saying he'd hoped to be chosen. But it's Drake's fans who've been the loudest, calling it a slap in the face to Drizzy. The Drake camp has reportedly been pulling strings to block Kendrick's big moment. 50 Cent even speculated that Drake's ongoing legal battle with Universal Music Group might be a strategic move to stop Kendrick from performing "Not Like Us" at the Super Bowl. But then, things took an unexpected twist. Just days after this ops list went public, the NFL announced a new partnership with Drake's OVO brand. The collab features exclusive merch, including slick starter-style jackets teased on Instagram. Imagine Kendrick wearing one of those OVO jackets during his performance. That would be peak irony. Drake has a solid track record of helping rising stars gain exposure, with names like Party Next Door and Majid Jordan benefiting from his mentorship. But the biggest success story is undoubtedly fellow Canadian The Weeknd. Back in 2010, Drake introduced The Weeknd to his fan base by sharing 2 of his songs on the OVO blog with the caption, "Introducing The Weeknd." This gave The Weeknd's debut mixtape, House of Balloons, a massive boost. That same year, The Weeknd collaborated with Drake on his Take Care album. By 2012, The Weeknd's mixtapes were making waves, and fans couldn't get enough of him. Naturally, Drake wanted to sign him to OVO Sound, but The Weeknd had other plans. Instead of signing under Drake's label, he partnered with Republic Records. Still, fans speculated tension, especially after Drake posted a cryptic message around that time. "You won't get away without a thank you. You owe me a favor." Over years, the two went quiet until Drake dropped his song Finesse, which many interpreted as a subtle jab at The Weeknd.
Fashion week is more your thing than mine. I can't even lie, I'd rather stay inside.
In these lines, Drake is most likely talking about Bella Hadid, who broke up with The Weeknd in 2016 and sometime later began dating Drake. She and Drake were seen leaving an LA nightclub together in June 2017. After that, rumors arose that they were in a secret relationship. Then The Weeknd seemingly fired back in Lost in the Fire, a track with Gustaffelstein, where he sang,
And I just wanna be with the right one, 'cause I can never be the one to hype one.
Drake had this to say about it in 2020.
My biggest regret would maybe be that we probably wasted 7 years not communicating with each other when we had something beautiful going on. You know, like OVO XO still could have been a thing, and still will be a thing, by the way.
And for a while, it seemed they had reconciled. That is until 2024 rolled around. The Weeknd teamed up with Drake's biggest rivals, Metro Boomin and Future, on the album We Still Don't Trust You.
I thank God that I never signed my life away.
Drake clapped back on his song Push-Ups, questioning The Weeknd's Toronto ties. What began as a mentor-mentee bond has turned into a bitter rivalry, earning The Weeknd a spot on Drake's infamous ops list. Tommy the Clown is a legendary dancer and entertainer who created the dance style clowning, which later gave rise to crumping. He's a pioneer, using dance to inspire youth and strengthen communities in Los Angeles. Over the years, Tommy has performed for big names like Madonna, Snoop Dogg, and Pamela Anderson. Earlier this year, he added Kendrick Lamar to that impressive list. But that wasn't all. He even took the stage at Kendrick's Pop-Out concert on Juneteenth during DJ Head's set. His high-energy performance, alongside his group of dancers, electrified the crowd, drawing cheers and creating a vibe that was impossible to ignore. Apparently, the clown dancer performing at a concert has earned him a spot on Drake's Ops list. Tyler, the Creator, being on Drake's Ops list feels like one of those entries that just doesn't add up. Tyler and Drake have had a solid relationship for years, with mutual respect and admiration. Tyler has openly praised not just Drake's music, but Drake himself. Drake, in turn, has expressed similar feelings.
You know, me and Tyler have a lot of respect for each other, a lot of love for each other.
So why is Tyler on the list? It might be right from an incident that wasn't even directly between them, but rather with fans. Back in 2019, during Tyler's Camp Flog Gnaw Festival, he invited Drake as a surprise guest. But the crowd, hyped up by rumors that Frank Ocean would appear, wasn't thrilled when Drake hit the stage. Instead of embracing the moment, some fans booed him. Tyler later addressed the incident, saying,
"What was that? Everyone thought Frank was going to be there, but I never said he was or implied it or anything." And Drake came out, and a couple people were mad. Everyone's having a good time, but it was a few people in the front who were just not with that.
Despite this incident, both artists assured everyone they remained on good terms afterward. Tyler is most likely on this list because he performed at Kendrick's concert. Victor Baez is another YouTuber who somehow landed himself on Drake's Ops list. As the host of Club Ambition, a channel known for its song reviews and commentary, Victor does what most YouTubers do: share his take on the latest buzz in the industry. Naturally, he weighed in on the ongoing Kendrick and Drake beef, giving his opinions the way he saw fit. But apparently, Drake didn't appreciate the commentary. Whitney Alford, Kendrick Lamar's fiancée, is on this list for obvious reasons. Drake mentioned her several times in his diss tracks. One of the most shocking lines directed at her was about Kendrick beating her. Whitney made a surprise appearance in the Not Like Us video, denying all of Drake's previously listed claims. Known for his lyrics about street life and social issues, YG has built solid relationships with both Drake and Kendrick Lamar over the years. YG and Drake have shared a long collaborative history. Drake featured on YG's 2014 single Who Do You Love from his debut album My Crazy Life. The track peaked at 54 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the album's biggest hits. They linked up again in 2016 for Why You Always Hatin', which climbed to number 62. YG even opened up for the Drake vs. Lil Wayne tour in the same year. As tight as they've been, YG's bond with Kendrick Lamar goes even deeper. Both are West Coast giants who've teamed up on tracks like Really Be Smokin' and Drinkin' and Twist My Fingers from YG's 2010 mixtape, The Real Four Fingers. So, in the 2024 Drake vs. Kendrick drama, YG was caught between two longtime collaborators. Rather than picking a side, YG chose to stay neutral. But Drake had other plans. On Family Matters, Drake name-dropped YG, using him to throw shade at Kendrick by pointing out YG's street credibility, while implying Kendrick lacked it. YG wasn't pleased. He responded with a single titled Weird, where he made reference to the fact that he was, well, referenced. The lines he dropped suggested that he didn't care about Drake involving him in a battle that he had nothing to do with, especially when it was a battle with another West Coast artist.
When the smoke, don't ever mention my name. You gon' have me jeopardizing my fame, jeopardizing the game, jeopardizing when you hang.
Apparently, that started the tension between him and Drake, and has led to him being on Drake's Ops list. The final name on Drake's Ops list is, unsurprisingly, Kendrick Lamar. Their beef has been one of the most talked about rivalries in hip-hop. But instead of diving into it here, we've got you covered with a detailed breakdown of the entire saga in our dedicated video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.